safety of children in school and advise, support, or share confidential feedback.
आवाज माझाही तर कुठे आलाय, नाही आलेला ना. येईल सोडा, नाही तरी काय ऐकायचं कुठे रे. सुरू करून
कारण ह्या व्हिडिओ मला कॅप्चर करत आहे ना.
तुम्ही व्हिडिओ ऑफ करा ना. मेसेज कुठून करतो मला हेच कळेना.
गेला आता. ठीक आहे, पण आवाज मेसेज याच्यातून आहे ना मॅडम. इथे कुठेतरी आहे.
मला कालपासून मी बघते, मला मिळालेलं नाहीये. मी म्हटलं मॅडमला मला समजत नाही, माहित आहे म्हणून आवाज उत्पन्न.
इन कॉल मेसेज.
इन कॉल आहे का?
आपण झूम वरती पण दाखवतो ना, तुमचा म्यूट बंद करा, ऑडिओ बंद करा असं.
आता काय बंद बंद करून द्या सगळं.
नाही चालू आहे ना, म्हणजे तुम्ही त्याच्यात जॉईन झालं नाही. नॉट ऑडिबल म्हणते
हे लोक. मग कोणी कोणी प्रश्न विचारतात, मग ते
ऑडिबल नाही. पण तुमचंही नाही सुरू झालं ना.
नाही, खूप जणांचं आपण दिसत नाही तिकडे.
नाही नाही, तिकडूनचाच ऑडिओ बंद आहे, दिसत नाही. बंद केलं हे मी बंद केलं. मला पाहायचं आहे का चालू करायचं?
ऐकू येतं तुम्ही जे म्हणताय?
ऐकू येतंय?
हो हो, येत आहे ऐकू सगळं.
बरं थांबा मग.
Participants, please mute yourself. Shivashakti ma'am, can we start?
Yes ma'am, yes ma'am.
Ma'am, every sheet individual sheet எல்லாத்துலயும் மிக்ஸ் ஆகி approval காப்பில லாஸ்ட் பேஜ் every sheet sign அப்படியே.
With the blessings from God Almighty, let's start the program. Most respected Vice Chancellor of TNTU, Professor Panjanathan sir, Honorable Registrar, Professor Balakrishnan sir, respected Director IQAC, Professor Mani sir, respected Dean of Faculty and Head Department of Educational Psychology, TNTU, Professor Govindan sir, our beloved Principal, Dr. Usha Devi ma'am, Vibrant Organizing Secretaries, Dr. Shivashakti Rajamal, Assistant Professor and Coordinator, Center for Capacity Building Programs for School Teachers, TNTU, Dr. Subramanian, Assistant Professor and Coordinator, Innovation and Best Practices Center, TNTU, Dr. Pandian, Assistant Professor and Deputy Director, IQAC, TNTU, respected resource person, especially today's resource person, Dr. Mohammed Salim sir, and today's co-host, Dr. Arutya Elizabeth Josephine, the dynamic members from TNTU and NSSTC Pantalam, and distinguished participants. A good evening to all. Today is the second day of our one-week FDP. Today, the resource person will be leading the session on criterion 2, teaching, learning, and evaluation, the most important criterion in terms of assessment as the highest score. We are happy to have Dr. Mohammed Salim, Principal Farooq Training College, Calicut, Kerala, as a resource person. Before going to the thematic session, I would like to give some suggestions. First of all, please mute your mics. Secondly, if some participants are unknowingly presenting their screen, resource person's slide will be minimized. At that time, either they will stop themselves or the host will stop it. After that, if you cannot see the PowerPoint presentation of resource person, please pin the slide of resource person. The minimized screen will be there in your system, or if you are using phone, scroll down for seeing the minimized screen. Just click the pin icon on the slide, it will be maximized. I'm sure majority of the participants are aware of this, but yesterday, a number of participants posted in the chat box that PPT is not visible, but actually it was visible. So please take care of it. And thank you once again for your participation. Let's move on to the main session. I invite Ms. Uma Devi, Assistant Professor, NSS Training College, for the welcome address.
Am I audible, teacher?
Yes, audible, Uma.
Very good evening to one and all. Respected delegates, dear teachers, participants, and everyone related to this event. Hello. കേൾക്കുന്നില്ലായിരുന്നോ ടീച്ചർ?
Yes,
Uma,
yes,
now you are audible.
ma'am.
Please
Yes,
continue.
ma'am. Yes.
Continue from the beginning, Uma.
Okay, okay. Am I audible?
Yes, now audible.
Yes,
Continue.
yes.
Very good evening to one and all. Respected delegates, dear teachers, participants, and everyone related to this event. First of all, I would like to express my humble pranams to God, without whose grace nothing would have been possible. Especially my humble pranams to Sri Shubhananda Gurudev for providing me a chance to participate this event. And my meek pranams to the founder of NSS Group of Institutions, Sri Mannath Padmanabhan. Tamil Nadu Teacher Education University and IQAC, NSS Training College Pandalam jointly organized 1 week national level e-faculty development program for teacher education institutions. On behalf of NSS Training College Pandalam and Tamil Nadu Teacher Education University, on this auspicious occasion, I would like to welcome you all for today's program. First of all, I would like to welcome our respected Vice Chancellor of Tamil Nadu Teacher Education University and patron of this organizing committee, Professor N. Panjanathan sir. Welcome you, sir. My hearty welcome to the respected Registrar of Tamil Nadu Teacher Education and co-patron of organizing committee, Professor V. Balakrishnan sir. Welcome, Professor V. Balakrishnan sir. Next, I would like to welcome the respected Dean of Faculty and Head Department of Education Psychology, Tamil Nadu Teacher Education University, and Professor M. Govindan sir. Welcome you, sir. My warm welcome to our beloved Principal of NSS Training College Pandalam, Dr. V.K. Usha Devi, teacher. Welcome, Usha Devi ma'am. Next, IQAC Director, Tamil Nadu Teacher Education University, Professor S. Mani sir. Welcome you, sir. Next, I would like to welcome our esteemed organizing secretaries, Assistant Professor and Coordinator, Center for Capacity Building Programs for School Teachers, Tamil Nadu Teacher Education University, Dr. Shivashakti Rajamal, Assistant Professor, Deputy Director of IQAC, Tamil Nadu Teacher Education University, Dr. U. Pandian sir, Assistant Professor and Coordinator, Innovation and Best Practices Center, Tamil Nadu Teacher Education University, Dr. P. Subramanian sir, Assistant Professor and IQAC Coordinator, NSS Training College Pandalam, our loud Dr. Ranjani Devi teacher. We celebrate our organizing secretary's leadership. I wholeheartedly welcome our organizing secretaries to this program. The success of every program depends upon participants. Last but not least, I sincerely welcome all the participants to this program. Once again, I welcome everyone to this wonderful session. Stars shines at night. Some stars shines at bright daylight. It's my pleasure to welcome such a star, the Principal and Research Guide in Education, Farooq Training College, Calicut, Dr. T. Muhammad Salim Sir. Muhammad Salim Sir took several degrees like MA History, MA Sociology, MA Psychology, MEd, GIT, PhD in Education, and so on. Presently, he is acting as a principal, research guide, Senate member, Board of Studies member, PG steering committee member, exam flying squad convener, and so on. He is a good teacher, good leader, good speaker, all India radio artist, motivator, mentor, and consultant expert in service related matters of college and university, and an expert resource person in public education rejuvenation mission, and also expert in ICT enabled teaching and research and MIS, and so on. I welcome our honorable resource person, Dr. Salim Sir, for delivering a speech on the topic teaching, learning and evaluation. I welcome you, sir. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you. Thank you very much, ma'am. Am I audible, I think?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Audible to you?
Yes, sir, audible.
Hello?
Yes, sir, audible, sir. Yes.
Yeah.
Audible,
Very good. Thank you, ma'am, for your nice words. Most respected, Honorable Vice Chancellor of Tamil Nadu Teacher Education University, Professor Dr. Panjanathan Sir, and respected Registrar, Professor Balakrishnan Sir, IQAC Coordinator and Dean from Tamil Nadu Teacher Education University, most and beloved respected Principal, NSS Training College, Pandalam, Professor Dr. Usha Devi, teacher, the coordinator of this program, IQSC coordinator, NSS Training College, Pandalam, Dr. Ranjini Devi, and other dignitaries, important personalities who are attending this program from both Tamil Nadu Teacher Education University and here NSS at the part of NSS Training College, Pandalam. And my beloved participants who are listening to me, a very good evening, one and all. So now it is 4:20. It's my great pleasure to be here with you all, being the part of this program, organized jointly by Tamil Nadu Teacher Education University and NSS Training College, Pandalam. NSS Training College, Pandalam, I know it's a reputed teacher education institution in our state and initiating different types of program which leads to the qualitative improvement of teacher education scenario, especially in Kerala. So I think this program is very, very significant in many aspects. The accreditation process of higher education institution, especially teacher education institution, I see this program is exclusively for teacher education institution. Maybe it's a rare program, such a type of a rare program, organizing this auspicious, reputed institution, NSS Training College, Pandalam, exclusively for this teacher education field. In that sense, this program is very significant. And as you know, with regard to new education policy and former policies of education, accreditation or quality sustenance or maintenance of quality of every teacher education institution or higher education institution is very, very significant. That is why discussing, sharing ideas regarding the accreditation process, quality sustenance process is very, very significant. This is the second day, and I think no need to prolong such type of introductory remark regarding this accreditation or NAAC methodology, something like that. No need of explaining such type of general things, but I would like straightly go to the assignment, that is discussion regarding the second criteria of from SSR, which is meant to teacher education institution, teaching, learning and evaluation. Let me start my presentation. Presentation is only to guide us not to deviate from this topic. That is why just see presentation only for a guideline, and I would like to invite you for detailed discussion. Detailed discussion means the time constraint is there, so it is not possible to discuss all things or share all the ideas. But you know, you should initiate a discussion within yourself. I will give you some spark, some points, some initial discussion points. You can elaborate the same through what I would say through introspection. You think yourself regarding such type of points. That is better. So let me start my presentation. So introduction is over. Now need to introduce again. So I'm here at Farouk Training College just now after my office hours, here in my chair as principal Farouk Training College, Calicut. It is the part of Farouk College campus, you know, a reputed campus in higher education campus in Kerala. So let me start with 5 points. I would say, as an introductory remark, you see this second criteria is very, very, very simple. But it is the biggest criteria when we consider 7 criteria of accreditation or SSR. This criteria is very, very simple, self-explanative, so simple, and giving opportunity to conduct any type of program. And also, this criteria is very, very significant in many aspects. Whatever we are doing or whatever we are going to do in our institution, everything is closely associated with this institution. This criteria. That is the peculiarity of this criteria. Whatever you are conducting in this institution, what you are going to plan, what you are planning, everything is closely associated with this criteria. So what is our task with regard to this criteria? It is also very simple. Plan, sequence, and arrange in a systematic way what you are going to organize in your institution under many verticals. But before starting anything, I would like to invite your kind attention regarding the 5 core values of accreditation proposed by National Assessment and Accreditation Council. One is contributing to the national development, fostering global competencies among the students, inculcating a value system among the students, promoting the use of technology in our institution, in all activities, quest for excellence. Why I am introducing or why I am starting with these 5 core values? You see, the total evaluation of NAAC is based on these 5 core values. All the institutions are organizing different types of activities in their institution. As the part of second criteria, teaching, learning, and evaluation, the 3 pillars, teaching, learning, and evaluation. All the activities which is related to these teaching, learning, and activities, you can see different types of activities in different types of institutions. But some people are planning their activities in tune with the core 5 values of NAAC. That is my first message and important message, because whatever you are doing as the part of this criteria, everything should be based on these 5 core values, because the valuation is based on these 5 core values. So my first statement is all the metrics, all the key indicators that we are going to discuss under the criteria.
Excuse me, sir. Sir, please unmute yourself. Salim, sir, please unmute yourself.
Sir, you have muted yourself. Please unmute your audio.
Manu sir? ആണോ മ്യൂട്ട് അല്ലല്ലോ ഇവിടെ തുടക്കത്തിലുണ്ടായിരുന്നോ? ഓക്കെ 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 ഞാൻ നോക്കട്ടെ. ഓക്കെ
Now okay, sir.
ഹലോ
Now okay.
Hello, hello. Is it audible now?
Audible, sir.
Yeah,
Audible.
okay. Sorry for the interruption. So let me conclude this introduction regarding core values of NAAC, because there is a possibility to discuss hours and days with regard to these 5 core values. So based on these core values, you have to plan everything in your institution when you are appearing to this accreditation process. See, let me straightly enter to criterion 2. See my slide. Some figures and letters are highlighted with yellow color. You see criterion 2, teaching, learning and evaluation. 360 is the weightage out of 1000. Now you can see the significant part of this criterion. 36% of total weightage. And there are number of key indicators. So as I told you, this is the second day. You know what is key indicators and quality frameworks, then qualitative matrix and quantitative matrix, everything you know. So key indicators, first key indicator is student enrollment profile. Out of 360, 15 is the weightage for that key indicator. So first matrix is QNM. That means quantitative matrix. What do you mean by quantitative matrix? The data speaks with regard to figure, and the 70% of the evaluation is strictly based on these QNM. That is why you have to give more importance to QNM, quantitative matrix. And also, you should know some more about this QNM. One is, it depends upon external validation. 70% of the score is validated by external agency based on QNM. That is why QNM is very, very important. And also, everything, whatever we are submitting with regard to QNM is purely objective. And it is transparent with regard to ICT related technology. And cross-validation with the data. And also, it speaks about how many, not how much. You cannot say, oh, it is okay, or something like that, or somewhat okay. No. What is the exact position? Not anything regarding approximate but it is purely specific. That is the nature of QNM. That is why whatever you are submitting with regard to this QNM, it should be transparent, it should be objective, it should be crystal clear, and it should be provable in all aspects. Thus, objectivity is very high. So, first indicator itself, it is QNM. Let us go to this indicator and discuss something regarding. In this way, my presentation will progress. First one is average enrollment percentage of students during the last 5 years. What about your enrollment? Number of students enrolled divided by total number of intake sanctioned. What is your sanctioned strength? And what about the student enrollment now? Why this question? That each and every criterion head, IQSC coordinator, head of the institution, manager should ask this question. Why this question regarding the enrollment? So people are choosing your institution or not choosing your institution. In Tamil Nadu and Kerala, you know, a number of teacher education colleges are there. A number of teacher education colleges are there. Then why students are choosing this particular institution? So is your institution is capable to attract the student from the state, from outside the state, from outside the country? So what about the atmosphere of your institution? It is capable to attract the students in and outside the country, in and outside the state. All these things are very, very significant when we are asking this question. That is why, based on the core values, NAAC team included these type of criteria, key indicator for accrediting your institution, for assessing your quality. So you should have the capability to attract the children. So they are assessing with regard to a figure. What about your intake and what about your enrollment during the last 5 years? That is very important. Then the answer submission is very, very, very simple. Data format is there. Excel sheet is there. When you are logging to this online methodology of submitting data, you will get apt documents or apt pro forma to enter your data. Just give the details. But before giving or submitting the details, you should verify whether it is crystal clear, whether your honesty, whether your institution is confident enough to submit this data. All these things are very important. That is why plan accordingly. Discuss in your groups, discuss within your colleagues, discuss with your management, discuss with your co-workers, principal. How can we address this question? What about your enrollment? Why enrollment is in this way? How can we improve the enrollment ratio? Not only simple enrollment, you see. In some areas, lot of people are choosing this teaching profession. That is why simply they are coming to this college. In some areas, government and aided institution is offering in a reduced rate of fees. That is why no monetary constraints to the students. That is why these people are choosing this particular institution. But in some areas, the situation is entirely different. Whatever may be, you see, these type of government and aided colleges are there. A number of colleges are there. In which college the student may choose? That is the question. In that way, you have to prepare your institution. That is the quality criteria. So many aspects are there. Let me go to switch over to next one. 2.1. Student enrollment profile. Student enrollment and profile. You see, again 360, 15 is the weightage. It is also QNM, quantitative matrix. Percentage of seats filled against reserved categories, SC, ST, OBC, as per applicable reservation policy during the last years. You see, 6 is the weightage out of 15. So, what is the essence of this question? Number of students enrolled from the reserved categories during the last 5 years, number of students enrolled from reserved categories divided by seats earmarked for the reserved categories. The idea behind or the essence behind this question, you know, the policy reservation of the state, how you are addressing these marginalized people from your society, and how you are, what is your approach regarding these underprivileged people, so-called. Then how you are addressing the reservation policy of your state. Everything is very important because, as I have already told you, this is closely associated with the core values of the NAAC. Our national values, we have to preserve our national values. Reservation is as the part of our national values. It is our social commitment. That is why every institution should address this issue positively. In that sense, we have to address the issue. Then how far your institution is confident enough to provide the data regarding this serious issue, this significant issue, the way you are addressing the issue, the way you are submitting your data with regard to this issue. Yes, yes, we are confident. We are following this policy. We are obeying the rules. We are respecting these people. You have to show all these things while submitting the data to the NAAC. That is the approach towards submitting this data with regard to SSR. Then coming to next indicator, student enrollment profile. Again, percentage of student enrolled from EWS and Divyangal categories during the last 5 years. Differentially abled people and also EWS, you know, recently the question issues regarding EWS is seriously discussing throughout the state. Then number of students enrolled from EWS and these differentially abled categories during the last 5 years. Again, NAAC is closely checking, assessing. What's your policy regarding these people? Backwardness are there in different aspects. Differentially abled people are there. And also here, whether your institution is ready to accept these type of people, differentially abled people. Are you able to provide special facilities for these people? Your institution is this differentially abled friendly atmosphere is there in your institution, both infrastructure, instructional, technology, and also mentally you are prepared to receive these people. So these things are very important. So you can read in between these lines my explanation. What's your task? How you would organize your institution? What type of facilities should be there? Everything is very, very, very important. Then, next one, honoring student diversity. This is very, very important. Assessment process is in place at entry level to identify different learning needs of the students and their levels of readiness to undergo professional education program and also the academic support provided to students. See, this is QLM. My slide is not accessible to you?
No, sir.
Is it visible?
Yes, sir, visible.
Yes. Okay. See, this is QLM. Describe the assessment process at entry level to identify different learning needs of the student and their level of readiness to undergo professional education program and also the academic support provided to the students. See, the weightage is 30 for student diversity, out of which for this particular criterion, key indicator, 8 is the weightage, out of 30, 8 is the weightage. Again, I would like to stress one more point. That is, you should care about the criterion or key indicator weightage. Before doing or before planning anything in your institution, you clearly study about the weightage which is available for each and every key indicators. If the weightage is more, you have to work hard. Some people are organizing different types of activities, but no important may be there to such type of activities. So it is energy waste. That is why you have to make a matrix. Which one is more important? Which one is more important? So here out of 30 student diversity, 8 is the weightage. Here QLM, that is I have highlighted this not more than 500 words. Whatever may be your activity, what type of activity you have planned and implemented, but you should precise. you should cut short the everything into 500 words. That is a skill. So you have to train for that. Each and every institution to train some people from your colleagues, your teaching staff or non-teaching staff, in order to write all these things, prepare all these things in a concise and precise manner. And also it should be crystal clear, not more than 500 words. You know, the process of NAAC is purely based on technology integrated, ICT enabled. So you cannot say one more word other than 500 words. 501 words, no. It is not possible. So describe the assessment process to entry level to identify the different learning needs of student. Normally that what we are doing at the admission time, we are notifying our course, inviting application, sorting application, publishing the rank list, conducting interview, then one induction program. The next day itself, we are starting our class. Again class, again discussion, again seminar, again assignment, again evaluation, again internal assessment, or after 1 or 2 weeks, what will be the position of our students? I am not explaining. So here you see the assessment process at entry level to identify different learning needs of the students and their levels of readiness. You have to identify the need of the students. Before that, you have to identify the readiness of the students to accept this program. Whether they are entered to your institution by choice or by chance. Maybe so many people maybe got admission by chance. Some people are entering to your institution by choice. So you have to address both the people. By choice, no risk. Your job is very easy. Then what about by chance? You have to transform these people from by chance to by choice. That process is indicated here. So what are the programs you are planning in your institution? Are you ready to assess the entry level potential of your student? So what are the precautions? Then what are the programs you have implemented or initiated to know the present status of the student? Is there any entry test? Is there any aptitude test? Or is there any ice-breaking program? So many possibilities are there. Not merely admitting the students and starting the class straightly. So all these things are closely associated with 2-to-1 key indicator. So there is a enormous chance for conducting such programs. You have to plan and implement this type of program, and these are the normal thing that I am discussing with you. But some people, extraordinary people, may be here to listen me. They will plan different things. You know the range of NAAC accreditation process and NAAC grade. Maybe it is from D or C to up to A++. Then what is the range? What is the difference? All the institutions are conducting these type of entry level tests in order to assess the student potential, entry level potential. But some institutions are conducting this program in a different way. The same thing in a different way, doing things differently. There you will get A++. So think about that type of different way of doing things. In the terms, according to the terminology of NAAC, that is what is best practices. So what is your best practices at the entry time? Are you assessing the standard of the students? Are you classifying the students? Are you giving special care to the students? Are you addressing the personal issues Are you ready to address the mental conflicts while changing the atmosphere from arts and science college to training college or this teacher education college? Our students are facing different problems, different difficulties. They are coming from different atmosphere. So we have to adopt. We have to provide an inclusive atmosphere there. What are your possibilities? So think yourself. It is not possible to prescribe any templates or design to conduct these type of activities. That may be stereotype activities. But if you are ready to think about all these things, innovation is there, creativity is there, you will find a better and most suitable program based on the atmosphere and culture of your area, locality, college, etc. There you will find best practice and you will get best score from the NAAC. That is A++. So this QLM is very important, you know. While writing the answer, you should be very careful. And also, QNM is submitting to the NAAC and third party is validating the all QNM, 70%. Then what about the 30%? It is purely based on QLM, qualitative matrix. First, you submit this descriptive account regarding your QLM matrix to the NAAC, and NAAC peer team visiting your college, assessing with regard the points where you have submitted on the basis of QLM. They are assessing the same, they are evaluating, and you will get the score accordingly. Then again, see QNM, mechanism are in place to honor student diversities in terms of learning needs. Student diversities are addressed on the basis of learner profiles identified by the institution. You see, first you have to identify the existing status of the student. The next step is mechanism are in place to honor the student diversity. Once you assess the student position, what they are now, then the next task is so crucial. You have to provide different types of opportunities to honor them, because diversity is there. Mentoring may be peer feedback tutoring, remedial learning engagement, learning enhancements, collaborative task, assistive devices and adaptive structure, multilingual interaction and inputs. These are some listing. But you have to find out some more different with regard to this criteria, especially on the basis of your own culture, your unique culture. That is very important. That may be, I already told you, best practices of your institution. Not merely sticking upon these listed activities in the SSR. Then the next one, honoring student diversity, again 30 you see, 30 weightage there. Out of 30, this key indicator, 8 is the weightage. There are institutional provisions for catering to differential student needs. Appropriate learning exposure are provided to the students. No special effort put forth in accordance with the learner needs. Only when students seek support as an institutional activity in accordance with the learner needs, left to the judgment of the individual teachers whenever need arises due to student diversity. See, this is very important. What is your approach regarding addressing these student needs? No special effort put forth. Everything is going on as usual. Only when students seek support, some students are demanding, I need some assistance or something like that, then we will address. Then, as an institutionalized activity in accordance with the learner needs, as usual cliche activities are taking place, providing everything, students are utilizing or exploiting everything. Left to the judgment of the individual teachers. So each and every teachers are being judges and they are deciding everything. No coordination at all. Whenever need arises due to student diversity, whenever a need arises, principal or teachers are addressing the same. So you have to convince this accreditation agency your own particular strategy regarding addressing all these things. So you have to think about these activities. So accreditation process is very, very crucial, you know. If you are preparing to submit your SSR after 3 or 4 years, you have to start before 2 or 3 years. I repeat, if you are preparing to submit your SSR after 2 years, you have to start the thinking before 2 or 3 years back. Then only you can submit the same in a better way. What you have planned, what you have implemented, it should be clearly documented. It should be crystal clear. Then it is very, very easy to update in the ICT enabled mechanism of NAAC. It is true, transparent. And also, you have to read these key indicators 3 or 4 times. Then only you will get the meaning. First reading, you will get a peripheral idea regarding the key indicator. Second reading, you will have some burning. Then the third reading, you will get an insight. And the fourth learning, you will be prepared to do something. So some institutions are merely reading the criterion and answering the question. They will get D or B plus, something like that. Some institutions are reading and reading and reading, meta reading, I think. Reading about reading. Then only you will get the idea. Then only you will get unique contribution about your institution. So in this way, you have to approach all these key indicators. Then honoring student diversity again, 2 to 4, you can see the number. QNM again, 6th is the weightage. Student mentor ratio for the last completed academic year. The last completed academic year. The just year before you submitting this SSR. Number of mentors of the institution, formula you see, number of mentors, the ratio between number of mentors and number of students. How many students are in your institution? 100 students are there per 2 batches, 50-50, and you are 16 teachers now as per NCT norms, or 10 teachers are there. So 10:1 may be the ratio if it is so. 10 students for 1 teacher. So what is the ratio? You think about this mentoring ratio and adding some more people to this program. Is it the monopoly of the teachers to mentor our student? You may find out some efficient parents from your institution to add this group. Sometime a brilliant office staff may be there to add this, or a well-wisher in any kind of stakeholders, your institution, with regard to your institution. It's a joint effort. And you can form this group and assign 5 or 3 or 4 students to a particular mentor. In that way, you can enrich the ratio. It will be a special practice, unique practice. You are selecting out of 100 students, 100 parents is there. You are selecting 20 parents in order to this mentoring program. Plus 16, you teachers, 20 plus 16, 36. Then 4 or 5 non-teaching staff is there. 40. What would be your student people mentor ratio then? So in this way, you have to find different activities, that is doing things differently. Then next key indicator 231, again QLM, multiple mode approach to teaching learning is adopted by teachers, which includes experiential learning, participative learning, problem solving methodologies, brainstorming, focus group discussion, online mode, etc. for enhancing student learning. From the between lines, it is very simple. Always we are adopting all these kind of learning modes. Here you see key indicator is teaching learning process. 70 is the weightage. And out of which this type of variety of learning modes, out of 70, 10 is the weightage. That is why this QLM describe the varied modes of learning adopted and their basic rationale for adopting such learning modes for different courses of each program in not more than 500 words. If you read that paragraph in repeated times, you will get more insight. See some words: varied modes of learning adopted and their basic rationale. Basic rationale. I am adopting experiential learning. Why, sir? Why you are adopting this mode of teaching, experiential teaching or experiential learning? So as per the policy makers in Kerala, SCRT says that experiential learning which is the best methodology to handle the student. That is why I am using that methodology. That may be your answer. But here, the rationale for adopting such learning, is it a rationale? That experiential learning mode not at all may be suitable to these particular students. They are graduates and postgraduates, you know. Our students are graduates and postgraduates. They need different types of learning modes based upon their potential. There we are implementing a learning culture based on our policy matters. So that is why this question is very, very important. That means whenever you are implementing or adopting or taking such type of a methodology, you should have clear-cut rationale. That rationale should be beneficial to the students. And you should have the capability to prove why I am adopting this type of methodology. So no single method or no common method to teach or lead our students, you see. That is why this question is very important. Your discussion is very important. You have freedom only to write 500 words, remember. Then next one is 2.3 teaching learning process. Key indicator 2.3 teaching learning process. Again 70 out of 70, 10 is the weightage for this QLM. Percentage of teachers integrating ICT. That is very important. See, one interesting sentence is there. Percentage of teachers integrating ICT, within bracket you see, excluding use of PPT. Most of the teachers think that using PPT is the ICT. What is ICT? ICT is simply information communication technology. I would say you have to start reading from when we are explaining ICT as information communication technology. You start from left to right. Left side of that term to right, that is I. So you start from I, information, then C, communication technology, from left to right. So it's my advice, it's my simple advice. You from today you have to start the term reading from right to left. What will be the difference? When you are reading Starting from left to right, it is simply information communication technology. If you're ready to read from right to left, it is the technology for communicating information. That is my reading. What is ICT? It is the technology for communicating information. So whatever may be the technology that you are using to communicate the information effectively, that is what is ICT. ICT is not PPT. PPT is actually launched for business communication, I think. So your ICT should be, it is the technology for communicating information. So what I am using here today, how I am speaking to you, everything is technology. My chair is that part of technology today in this session, because in order to convey my message effectively to my audience, this chair is very much beneficial to me. That is why it is the part of technology. Some people think that technology is something like that, electronic chip, metal parts, something like that. No. Technology is the practical part of science. It is the effective part of science. In that sense, my ICT is technology for communicating information. In that way, it is not merely PPT. You have freedom to use different types of technology. In some classes, you don't take much risk because digital natives are there sitting in your class. Digital natives are there sitting in your class. You know the term digital natives. Born in digital era, brought up in digital era, playing in digital world, eating in digital world, traveling in digital world. This is our new generation. Such type of students are sitting in your class. We may call them digital natives. We people are digital immigrants, born years back and forced to migrate to this digital era. So it is very easy to coordinate the digital potentials of the child in your class. It is only needed. No need to initiate such type of technology as yourself in the classroom. Just to coordinate the activities, digital potentials of your student. So no need of PPT for that. PPT there with the students. So in that way, how the teacher's potential to integrate this technology, not ICT, not traditional ICT, but technology for communicating information. So here formula is very clear. This is QNM, number of full-time teachers integrating ICT, total teachers. Oh, it is very simple, sir. Number of full-time teachers ICT, 16. Number of total teachers, 16. Is it simple? No. You have to submit crystal clear document as demanded by this methodology, ICT enabled methodology. The software, you have to submit the document very clearly. Not merely saying we are using these integrated classrooms, ICT enabled classroom. So I have my own websites. We have in Farooq Training College, each and every faculty members have their own websites. It is not simple verbal claims, but we are ready to submit the link of that website to anybody. They can verify. Go to our website, institutional website, click on the faculty. You can see the personal website of each and every teacher. We have confidence to submit such type of data. They will verify. In that manner, we should have confidence to submit all these evidence to NAAC. In such a way, you have to plan your answer for QNM. They will verify. If you have hosted a website for all teachers, whether it is linked to your own website, faculty pages, then the task is very simple. Let them check. They can easily access your website. No need to subjectively write everything and convince this team, oh, we have everything. No. That is the peculiar nature of the assessment process, new assessment process. So you can read in between lines in these words. Due to the time constraint, I will be compelled to speed up. Then teaching learning, again, key indicator 2.3, students are encouraged to use ICT support, mobile-based learning, online material, podcasts, virtual laboratories, learning apps, etc. for their learning. The second part, you see, the approach of NAAC, you see, very important. The first one is 2.32 is the potentials of teaching faculty with regard to this technology. The same next question, again QNM. Then what about the students? Student satisfaction survey is there along with this process. You are submitting your ICT potential in one sense, one way. The NAAC people, the third party, is validating or evaluating or verifying or cross-checking what you have submitted through the online student satisfaction survey. They are doing the same. Then how students are encouraged to use ICT support? They will check very clearly through the questionnaire, through the ICT enabled method. So number of students using ICT support for their learning for the last completed academic year. The last year, what about the student, what students say with regard to their technology? You should submit the data very clearly with the full-fledged proof. If it is so, you will get high score. That is why I told you beginning, this criterion is very simple. To whom? Those who are honestly, systematically, creatively, innovatively doing things and documenting things and submitting things. If it is so, this criterion is very simple and the process of accreditation would be very simple. You will get maximum mark because out of 1,000, 360 is here. 360 is here. You are doing everything in a very good manner. You are supporting the student. You are assuring the involvement of the students. You are providing the technology in the institution for both teachers and student or Wi-Fi. It is for the principal first. Then the senior staff. What about the student? Simply we say they will misuse the connectivity. They will misuse the connectivity. Sure, there is a chance to misuse the connectivity, but the role of the teacher, what is the role of the teacher? Correct them not to misuse this facility, not to misuse the facility. That is the role of the teacher. That is our task. Because they are trying to misuse these facilities. Why? They are students. They are students. That is why definitely there is a chance to misuse this facility. We are teachers. It is our duty to streamline them by providing all these facilities. Then only our institution may live in all aspects. Then go to next one. ICT support is used by the students in various learning situations such as, see specifically, 8 is the weightage, understanding theory course, practice teaching, internship, out of class room activities, biomechanical and kinestical activities, field support. You can use different modes here in this area. Theory course, you know, different modes are there. Blended classroom modes is there. Flipped classrooms are there. These are the familiar terms. ICT enabled learning, web-based learning. Then practice teaching, you know, we are depending nearby schools. Simply we are sending the students to these schools. Or whenever we plan all these process, what is the role of this technology? Are you able to collect the information from the nearby school by using a Google form? Now we are conducting registration for this webinar through Google form. Okay. COVID pandemic is forced to do that. Then before this COVID pandemic, how many colleges are using this facility? How many institutions are using technology for planning and organizing all these activities in teacher education colleges? We are using PPT to take class. We are using email service to send information or something, or some more to submit an assignment, something like that. Are you ready to use Google Classroom? Free version? How many institutions have Google Classroom, G Suite account, Google Education for free for educational institution? How many institutions are utilizing the Moodle platform in the free manner? How many institutions have their own YouTube channel? All these facilities was there before this COVID. But after COVID, some people changed. Think about then think about your school, then think about your institution, think about your classroom, think about your staff meeting, think about your faculty meeting, everything. Think about your practical examination, practice teaching, how far this technology is helping you people, how far you are ready to adopt these technologies. That is very important. So ICT support used by the students in various learning situations, such as used by the students. First, you should provide opportunity to use this technology to the students. You should create such type of an atmosphere. For that purpose, first you should decentralize the activities of the institution. So many things are there before preparing the SSR. You should decentralize. We know most of the teacher education institutions are drastically, terribly centralized. So in a democratic country, we have to use this value, decentralization. Let them organize so many things. Let them coordinate the practice teaching school. Let them inform to collect the data by using this technology regarding the school, number of school, regarding the syllabus, regarding the availability of the posts, regarding the availability of the slots for teaching practice. If you are ready to give the opportunity to the student, they will do everything very nicely. In that way, we have to provide opportunity to the student. Understanding theory course, practice teaching, internship, out of classroom activities, field reports, everything. So you should provide such type of an atmosphere. There we act as the role of mentor or facilitator. Then next one, I'm not intending to complete all the key indicators. While we are discussing this in this kind of way, I will give you an interaction section also. You will get some insight. You can use the same methodology and insightful learning with regard to other key indicators also. Then based on the discussion, based on the inputs, some sparks provided by me or you got from this session, you can improvise. That may be better. If I am explaining a particular example, it may not be suitable for your institution. But you can see, you can get some spark from that experience. I am speaking about my own perspective and the perspective of my own institution, Farooq Training College. We have different types of innovative programs based on that experience, but that experience is entirely different with regard to your institutional culture. See, Continual mentoring is provided by teachers for developing professional attributes in students. Describe not more than 500 words. The nature of mentoring efforts in the institution with respect to working in teams, dealing with the student diversity, conduct of self with the colleagues and authorities, balancing home and work stress, keeping oneself abreast with the recent developments in education and life. 8 is the weightage. So these are the different modes of mentoring. Apart from these listed activities, listed concepts, you find more. Or different institutions are doing in the same way, you are planning in a different way. That is your better way. Then institutional providing exposure to the students about recent development in the field of education through. Institution provides exposure to the students. Again, no need of explaining more thing. I have already explained that what is the role of the students in a teacher education institution regarding the decentralization. If you are ready to decentralize, if you are ready to delegate, then only you have the potential to provide exposure to the students about recent developments in the field of education. See, special lecture, book reading, discussion on recent policies, teacher presented seminars. Recently, we have conducted a program with regard to NEP in our institution. What was our approach? Divided the whole NEP into different small chunks and distributed to the PG students, research scholars, and UG students. Provided time. Then asked them to present their views regarding the NEP. Critical reflections. Another team assigned for reporting the same, documenting the same. Another team is compiling the same. And we have prepared a document, student document, and submitted to MHRD at the time of draft discussion of NEP. Everything done by the students. Then again, after the final version issued by the MHRD, the same process we have done here in our college, initiated by IQSC. IQSC coordinator headed the whole process. Each staff divided each different topics, different areas of NEP, and compiled a document. Now the next week we are going to publish the document as an edited book having ISBN number. Decentralization. Decentralization of activities with regard to recent current aspects of the education. Constantly interacting with the society. Providing opportunity to interfere the societal matters. In the same way, you have to provide such opportunity to involve the students in the development of nation in many ways. Literary aspects are there. Cultural area is there. I'm not going to list, you know everything. Then teaching learning process nurtures creativity, innovativeness, intellectual and thinking skills, empathy, life skills among the students. See that you see that weightage of that key indicator. 16 out of 70. 70 is the teaching learning process to indicator 2, then the 3. There, 16 is the weightage. Describe 2 cases in not more than 500 words. It is QLM, not QNM. You have to write your description in 500 words. Teaching learning process nurtures creativity. It is not so easy. Simply we can say, oh, it is creative. How it is creative? Are you capable to prove it is creative? Whenever these people, these fellows came to our institution, are you confident to expose the creativity of the student in front of this peer team visit, team? So are you able to convince them it is because of our teaching, our program? All these things are very, very important. That is why 16 is the weightage. Then again, you see indicator 2.4, competency and skill development. Very, very important. Total weightage is 100 out of the 60. It is QNM. Institution provides opportunities for developing competencies and skills in different functional areas through specially designed activities, experience that includes organizing learning, lesson plan, developing teaching competencies, assessment, technology, organizing field visit, conducting outreach activities, community engagement, facilitating inclusive education, preparing individualized educational plan, IEP. Opportunities for developing competencies and skills in different functional areas through specially designed activities, experience that includes. These experience both for students, teachers and parents. Students, teachers and parents. Some institutions are showing best practices with regard to parents. Parents are frequently visiting the institution. Parents organizations are planning different types of activities. They are implementing same in the institution. They are actively involving in the institution. So, if it is so, you can change the tone of these activities. We can simply provide opportunities for developing competence. What we are doing? We are conducting micro-teaching, closely observing micro-teaching and criticizing the students, enhancing the students' competency in teaching. We are conducting the seminar in the classroom, strict timetable, criticizing and reflecting the student's performance, giving mark to him. Everything is there. Is it sufficient to develop competencies among the students? No. I am not criticizing these traditional activities, but you have to find more innovative activities. You should provide different types of activities. In our college, our student union periodically conducting different types of seminars. They are inviting the guests. They are planning the session. They are hosting the webinar. They are designing the poster. They are giving the publicity. They are anchoring. They are compiling the report. See, we people are just coordinating everything. Teachers are providing atmosphere and platform to expose the students. See, these people are not merely students, student teachers. Some students are, what I would say, gifted, extraordinary when compared to we people. They are potential enough to teach us. This is the special position of our teacher education colleges when compared to arts and science college. These people are matured fellows. That is why we have to take confidence them. There, this competency skill development. And also, by completing the graduation and post-graduation, they have enough potential. So we have to start from what they are. We have to give extra potential to them. We have to give opportunity to expose them, to innovate them, to make their creative endeavor fruitfully implement in our classroom, in our institution. In that way, this criterion is very important. Then again, competitive skill development. Students go through a set of activities preparatory to school-based practice teaching and internship. Pre-practice teaching, internship orientation, training encompass certain significant skill and competencies such as, again 10 out of 100, 10 is the weightage. So what is the pre-practice preparation? Whether it is only a lecture, principal is convening a meeting before going to the teaching practice school, a notice is there. Tomorrow will be the meeting. Your respected principal will address the people who are going to the schools for teaching practice or internship. Then 1 hour lecture by the principal. What are the rules? What are the guidelines? So that's all. So how we can prepare the students to the school? Before going to school, you should know what the school is. That is a very big task. So months back, you should start your preparation. You should plan different types of activities. You can actively interact with the school. So there is different types of modes are there. Some institutions are adopting some schools and being the part and parcel of these activities of these schools. We have such type of a primary school, adopted one school. Our students are day by day engaging in that school. That's it. That's a learning mode. What is the school? What would be the school? What are the problems faced by the school? The problem of that school is the real problem of our students also. In such a way, we have to plan and organize all these activities. Then again, competency, skill, 5 weightage. Competency of effective communication is developed in students through several activities such as workshop session, simulated session, participating in institutional activities, anchor, discussion, or reporter. I have already told you, everything is initiated by the students. We are giving such type of opportunity. Then in order to give such type of opportunity to the student, we are planning some sort of activities in the college. I repeat, it's a different statement. We are conducting some sort of activities, or as the part of our academic calendar, different types of activities are there in our institution. While the activity is taking place, we are assigning some students as anchors, reporters, and discussion, etc. This is one mode. Some institutions are purposefully organizing some activities in order to provide such roles to the students. That is entirely different. That is best practice. So not merely the part of the institutional activities, we are giving opportunity to the student, but in order to get the opportunity to the student, we are conducting such type of activities. That is entirely different. So that is why you can read in between the lines from my explanation. Then students are enabled to evolve the following tools of assessment for learning suited to the kinds of learning engagement provided to learners and to analyze as well as interpret responses. Evaluation is very important. Evaluation is very important because the authenticity of evaluation, transparency, objectivity, validity of the evaluation, everything is theoretical. But in practical sense, what is happening in our educational scenario, think about that. So student teachers should be capable to evaluate the student. Evaluate the children transparently, ethically, whether it is subjective or objective. Clear-cut criterion should be there. Ethics should be there in our evaluation system. That such type of evaluation skill should be inculcated in the minds of our children. Then only our evaluation system will be reliable to our society, the whole education system. That is why we have to provide such type of opportunity to the student, not merely teaching what are the steps of standardizing a test or construction and validation of achievement tests. These are the steps. And submit a record regarding construction and validation of an achievement test. It's a mechanical process. So what is the essence of evaluation? What is the process evaluation? Different types of evaluation mode. Everything is very, very important. And see, adequate skills are developed in students for effective use of ICT for teaching learning process in respect of. See, this is very important. QNM, again, quantitative data you have to submit, preparation of lesson plan, developing assessment tool, effective use of social media, identifying, selecting, developing online, evolving learning sequence. All these activities are so familiar to us. But they will assess with the clear-cut, crystal clear evidences. So what about the lesson plan? We are preparing our students for practice teaching or internship program in nearby school. Normally, we are demanding the lesson plan from the students. Traditionally, they are writing the lesson plans, submitting the teacher educator. We are valuing and put your signature, initial, that's all. So how adequate skills are developed in students for effective use of ICT in preparation of lesson plans? As I told you, not merely information communication technology, but the technology for communicating information. In detail, I would say the technology for communicating the information of the student teacher in their respective classroom. How the student teacher is communicating or conveying his ideas to his or her students in the classroom. Whether he is capable to do the same with integrating technology, ICT enabled learning, not merely presenting the PPT. So that is very important. For that purpose, our institution, our teacher educator should develop such type of skill among the children. Developing the skill among the student teacher. That is here assessed. So in student satisfaction survey, they may be asked the students regarding their lesson plans. Maybe e-lesson plans, e-teaching manual. So I have e-teaching manual, sir. What is e-teaching manual? Traditional paper written manual is typing to the Microsoft Word and I have e-teaching manual. Is it e-teaching manual? No. If you go to the web, different modes of e-teaching manual is there. Not going to the web, you approach the 9th standard student in high school, call him, that student, then just explain what's your idea regarding the e-teaching manual. After 1 or 2 days or 8 or 10 hours, he will give you a different module in ICT. That is our new gen students. As I told you, digital natives. In that way, each and every teacher trainee should have unique methodology to convey his or message in the classroom. In such a way, our teacher education institutions train our teacher educator to get that type of potential, because this ICT is very, very beautiful, you know, in all sense. Ever keeping it youthness. Day by day it is changing. Day by day it is changing. Each and every day will progress what is happening to ICT. 2 things very important. One is price is reducing, speed is increasing, quality is increasing. Price is reducing, speed is increasing, quality is increasing, accessibility is increasing. See, you are listening to this Google webinar. What about the Google webinar till yesterday? What do you think about the Google Meet tomorrow? It may be entirely different. In that way, each and every day, this technology is changing. But what about the teachers? What about the teacher educators? Critically assess your role and your position. Then, Next one, 2.4.6, student develop competence to organize academic, cultural, sports, community related events through planning and scheduling academic, cultural, sports events in school. I am not detailing. So many possibilities are there. Student union is there, student parliament is there, student different clubs are there, different types of activities and organizations are there. You can encourage these activities. Then competency skill development again, variety of assignments given to assess for theory course through library work, field exploration, hands-on activity, preparation of term paper, identifying using different sources of the study. Simply listing these activities, but you have to run beyond these lines. Run beyond these lines. Variety of assignments given to assess the theory courses through. 7 is the weightage. Then internship program is systematically planned with the necessary preparedness. Again, student teacher should capable to deal the situation when he or she is approaching to the school. Normally, the mentor teachers there in school complaining about what you are doing in teacher education colleges. Earlier it was 1 year. Now it is 2 years. You have enough time. Then what are you doing there? While we are evaluating the child when they are engaged in the classes as the part of this internship program. Oh, what a situation. In that way, teachers are complaining about. So, enough preparation should be there. Enough preparation should be there. Planned preparation should be there. So, it is very simple. You just aware the student who he or she is. That is my message in between this session. To aware each and every teacher training who he or she is, rather than who you are. Some people are trying to hard work to convince the students who the teacher is. But you should aware them, convince them who you, not who you are, but who the student is. Just energize them. Just help them to know about him or herself more. That is the task. Then it will be very easy. Then average number of students attached to the each school internship during the last completed academic year. This is a particular question, you know. Average number of students attached to each school for internship during the last completed year. Number of final students. This internship means double meaning. In some states, based on some curriculum, practice teaching is there. Apart from internship, maybe another program. In state like Kerala, no internship in such a way, only practice teaching come internship. Both terms are integrated together. In some curriculum, as NCT itself provide opportunity for such type of flexibility. You can conduct practice teaching program, and again you can send the students to internship. Maybe after the course itself, maybe. So whatever it is, average number of students attached to the school for internship. The number of students is very important because the facilities of the school, the accessibility for mentoring, supervising, everything. So all these things should be considered. Then again, nature of internee engagement during the internship. We are sending to students for teaching practice or internship, that's all. Once in a month or twice in a week or once in a week, we are visiting the school, taking the feedback, observing the class. Is it necessary? No. We should have a plan, different plan. In order to conduct this internship program, we have to prepare a program of action. That program of action consists the cooperation of all the stakeholders. You see, whenever the students are engaging in a school, who are the stakeholders? Principal is here, teachers in our institution, our students, the parents of our students, then the students of that school, the teachers of that school, the administrators of that school, the parents of the students of that particular school, the nearby society of that teaching practice school. Are you capable to coordinate all these stakeholders? Think about our teaching practice sessions, previous teaching practice sessions, our traditional way of doing things. How many institutions are taking consideration all these stakeholders while planning the practice teaching session? Is it possible, sir? Possible. If you are talking out such type of plan of action for next year's teaching practice, you will get enough inputs to fill this SSR. That is the approach. So first, you don't read these things. You just read, and taking some inputs from this SSR and starting your work in your institution and connected society, connected stakeholder, doing everything. If it is so, documenting everything. If it is so, you will get enough input to write the answer. Clear-cut answer, provable answer. That would be the method. Let me conclude by 6 o'clock, I think. I'm not particular to complete all the key indicators. See, institution adopts effective monitoring mechanism during the internship program. We have already discussed the same. Then performance of the student during the internship is assessed by the institution in terms of observation, different persons such as self, peers, teachers, principal. For PG, it is B.Ed students, etc. That is also very important. Traditionally, we are preparing a rubrics or something like that, or an evaluation pro forma, observation schedule, something. A different types of evaluation method may be there. Different types of mentoring mechanism may be there. So you can expose it before the NAAC. All the institutions are monitoring or supervising these students while they are in teaching practice school. But our institution have a particular way of mentoring and supervising all these things. So in one sense, you have to migrate to that school in those period, because our 50% students of our college is there in school for 4 or 5 months. So the institution, at least 50% of your institution should accompany them for those period. In such a way, you have to plan the program. Then comprehensive appraisal of in terms performance in place. The criteria used for assessment include effectiveness in classroom, competency acquired, involvement in various activities, regularity, initiative and commitment, extent of job readiness. Normally, our students are engaging the classroom in the practice teaching school. They are nearly completing their lesson plans. Just they are doing some assigned duties there under the guidance of headmaster or this mentor teacher, that's all. Apart from that mode of operation, you see, you have to innovate. You have to innovate. You should conduct a discussion with all these teachers, institutions, their parents, and you should provide different types of opportunity there in school. You see, you cannot provide such type of opportunities in our college. School is entirely different. It's a different world. That type of activities only we can arrange there in school. You cannot arrange such type of activities in your college. That is why it is not merely duplicating the opportunities or facilities or modalities here in the college to that school. Forget it. Forget it. Then think about that school, that student, that locality, that parents. Then plan a program of action for the students' internship. In that way, you have to innovate or best practice. Then coming teacher profile and quality. Next one, percentage of full-time teachers against sanctioned posts during the last 5 years. The first criteria. Key indicator 2.5, you know, two more indicators. Teacher profile and quality. You see, total weightage is 30 out of 360. Teaching, learning and evaluation 360 is the weightage, out of which for teacher profile and quality itself 30 is the weightage. You can easily acquire percentage of full-time teachers against sanction posts during the last 5 years. How many teachers sanction posts is there? How many teachers are permanently there for the last 5 years? That is very important. Then percentage of full-time teachers with a PhD degree during the last 5 years. Again, very interesting. Percentage of full-time teachers having PhD. You see the relevance of PhD, not getting the increment, or as per UGC CAS to become associate professor, now it is mandatory. Or above all, what about the profile of the institution? That is very, very, very important. So we proudly says that we 22 teachers in Farooq Training College, out of which 15 teachers are having PhD. And the 2 of them are submitted now, 17. The remaining 3 just joined. They are registered for PhD. In that sense, 100% teachers are in the realm of this doctoral level. See, that's a strength. We have to motivate our teachers. We have to provide all the facilities for undergoing their doctoral studies, not to discourage them. First, you have to motivate yourself. Then only you can motivate your student. In that way, provide all the facilities. Our college is research center. Some of our teachers, the remaining 3 teachers, are conducting their research in the same institution under the guideship of other teachers. Or you have to, if your college is not a research center, try to be a research center in many modes. You can affiliate it to another college or university, other centers, or other universities within the limitations of UGC guidelines. Whatever may be, you have to strengthen your faculty with the doctoral degree. That is very, very important. And 8 is the criterion weightage. Average teaching experience of full-time teachers for the last completed academic year. That is also very important. Are you providing such a facility to the teachers, such an atmosphere to the teachers to be there permanently? Some institutions are there. Teachers are getting job and taking leave. They are joining the job in order to take some leave. And they are engaging in many activities. They are taking loss of pay from here and taking another job, going to abroad. NAAC is assessing, closely observing what is the permanence of the teachers there, average teaching experience of full-time teachers last completed academic year. So you have to provide such type of an atmosphere, cordial atmosphere, to stay there for teachers. We are getting better salary now. I'm confident to say that because UGC scale, better salary is there, better work atmosphere is there. So you should stay there for our student community. That is very important. Then teacher put forth effort to keep themselves updated professionally. Not say anything. You see the initiative of Pandalam NSS College, and you should say the initiative, you should appreciate the initiative of Tamil Nadu Teacher Education University. We have no separate Teacher Education University, but we have Department of Education in our universities. Think about the collaboration between these departments and our training teacher education colleges in Kerala. What about the present situation of, present scenario of in Kerala with regard to this statement? What is the position of University Education Department? I am not criticizing. I am also the part of this system. Being the Senate member, I am the student of University of Education, University of Calicut Department of Education. I am not at all degrading or anything underestimating this department, but the present scenario, think about Kerala scenario, the collaboration between the Department of Education in our universities and teacher education colleges. Critically, we have to reflect. But today, NSS Training College Pandalam collaborated with another South Indian university, the biggest university for teacher education in South India, maybe in India, Teacher Education University, Tamil Nadu. They are collaborating. For what? For the professional enhancement. Professionally updated, both for institution and both for teachers. Is it not for teachers? No. When we are discussing about the institutional accreditation, the accreditation of teacher education institution, how it is possible? The updated faculty profile. Faculties are the major stakeholders in the accreditation process. That is why if you are empowering the accreditation process, at the same time, you are empowering the teachers. To get better grade in accreditation, you have to complete your PhD. There you are updating. To get better grade in your college, to get A+ in the accreditation, you have to conduct different types of activities in your institution. For that purpose, teachers should be empowered. In that sense, this program itself is an professionally updating empowerment program. That is very important. How many programs you are conducting? How many people are beneficial for them? This is a national program, I think. National-based program. I can see and hear different voices from the different parts of the country. Big professors from different states and universities and colleges who are attending this program. We are exchanging our ideas. They are thinking. When we are exchanging such type of ideas, they are thinking themselves and they are sharing their ideas. This is the updation process. So in that sense, that is very important how you are capable to conduct such program. Then let me conclude by very, very speedy. Continuous internal evaluation of student learning is in place of the institution. Internal evaluation is very important. You see, we can see some bias, some personal prejudices, some disparities. All these things are intruding to this internal evaluation. But still, most of the educational theories and even in Western countries, internal evaluation is the integral part of assessment and evaluation. In that sense, what we have to do, we have to plan and implement this internal evaluation in such a way. It should be transparent. It should be crystal clear with regard to the student performance. No more, no less. But we people are, I think, in a loose structure when we are conducting this internal evaluation. That is why NAAC is so particular with regard to this area. Here also you have to submit real data, original data, provable data, convincing data regarding the mode of operation with regard to your internal assessment. We have to publish the marks very boldly in our notice board. Student may revolt against, but you should have the capability to convince them. These students are much better than you. That is why this mark is in this way. You should have the confidence. Not giving opportunity to question you by the student. That is the real internal evaluation. How you are conducting this program, that is very important. Then evaluation process again. Mechanism of internal evaluation is transparent and robust in time-bound. Institutional adopt the following internal evaluation, modes of evaluation. Traditionally, there are different types of modes, but again, I would say you have to innovate. Then Again, mechanism for grievance redressal related to examination. That is very important. You should hear the students, what he or she is saying regarding your assessment. If your assessment is crystal clear, nothing to say. Nothing to say. They will approve it. So whether it is in a proper way, that is the redressal mechanism, redressal report is there, redressal committee is there, time-bound publication of the result, and time-bound collecting the feedback, everything is there. Then the institution adheres to academic calendar for the conduct of internal evaluation. That is very important. Time-bound program. See, I can see 4 o'clock, our session is started today. By 3:55, everybody is joined in this webinar. And the sharp 4 o'clock, Ranjini Devi Miss is there at the end of this webinar. The whole team is keeping the time, punctual, everything. That is the clear indication of accountability. Students are closely watching you. Your time, your punctuality. At what time you are entering to the college? At what time you are leaving to the college? At what time you are entering to the classroom? At what time you are conducting the examination? At what time you are publishing the result? And what time you would like to consume for evaluation the records? Everything is very clear. Some colleges are doing all these things very systematically, but no documentation. So you have to document it. Whenever this team visits in your college, you have to submit all these things. Evaluation calendar is there. Proper ICT enabled mechanism is there. Alertness is there. Reminder is there. Or specific time or day for some activities is there. January 2nd, every year, I was done my PG in psychology in Annamalai University. Still I remember, in Tamil Nadu. Still I remember, Annamalai University in those days, a single examination day. Whatever may be happen throughout the state or outside the state, whatever may be the incident, that examination date will not change. So in that such a way, our institution should have a specific time frame. That is very important in all activities. Student performance, learning and outcomes. 40 is the weightage. Out of 40, you see okay. This, the teaching learning process of the institution is aligned with the stated PLOs and CLOs. PLOs, I think that is program learning objective. Yes, program objectives and course learning objectives. CLOs. That should be the part of administration and management and administration, proper planning, pre-fixed objectives. Accordingly, we are doing everything. Then average pass percentage of student during the last 5 years is QNM, it is figural data, our performance. One of the criteria for performing the student is the achievement of the students. That is very important. Then student performance, again the progressive performance of the students and the attainment of the professional and the personal attributes in line with the PLOs and CLOs monitored and used for further improvements. That is progressive performance. What are the documents that we are keeping? Cumulative record is there, anecdotal record may be there, constant evaluation report is there. Apart from all these things, is there any ICT enabled mechanism to report the performance of the student to the parents, to other stakeholders, constant remedial feedback to the students? These are the best practices. You have to innovate. Then performance of outgoing students in internal assessment. That is the last year students. What about the internal marks of the students, etc. Performance of the students on various assessment tasks reflects how their initially identified learning needs are catered to. QLM. The extent to which the assessment task and the performance of the student reflect their initially identified learning needs is not more than 500 words. Again, subjective element is there. You have to describe in 500 words and you have to convince the same before the peer team. Then, online student satisfaction survey regarding teaching learning process. The last area we are going to conclude. Student satisfaction survey, SSS, that is the major area. 50 is the weightage, and how you are preparing the students for this survey. Online student satisfaction survey regarding teaching learning process, preceding year only. 50 is the weightage. As a whole, NAAC is conducting this SSS as the part of evaluation. Apart from, you have to constantly get the feedback from the student satisfaction survey. You see, NAAC is conducting the SSS by using a third-party mechanism. They are simply collecting the email ID and phone number of our students. Then they are preparing the questionnaire and sending directly to the students. Students are forced to respond. They will collect the response at any cost. We don't bother about it. But how our students, how to respond? That is very crucial. How you are considering them. I repeat that word. How you are considering them during those days when they were in our institution. Not how you are teaching them. Not how you are controlling them, not how you are leading them, but not how you are considering them. That word I would like to use. Depends upon that consideration. Considering them personally, considering them professionally, considering them emotionally, considering them academically, considering them financially, considering them socially, considering them familially, considering them religiously, considering them with their caste, even I would say. The integrated word is simple. Considering as an individual. How you are consider these people, that depends upon their response. So, enable them to respond in a better way. In that sense, the whole things, everything is closely related, teaching, learning, and evaluation. Let me conclude, that is teaching, learning, and evaluation. In nowadays, there is no teaching but learning only. That is the good says. Good statement. There is no teaching but learning only. Teachers is always learning. When teacher is initiating a classroom, what he or she is doing, he is also learning. That is what is participatory learning, experiential learning. Whenever the teacher is initiating something in the classroom, it is a peculiar or special experience both for teacher and learner. In that sense, it is experiential learning for both teacher and learner. There, teaching may vanish and there is only learning in the classroom, both teacher and student learning. This statement is more suitable to teacher education institution because most of the students who are stepping into our institution is being super teachers rather than simple learners. Super professors rather than simple students. In that sense, we have to consider them, we have to respect them. So let me conclude this area, that is, if you respect your child, you will be respected. If you respect your child, you will be respected. In that sense, you have to respect your children, you have to respect your curriculum, you have to respect your institution, you have to respect your management, you have to respect your university, you have to respect your state. Then you will be respected by all these fellows and institutions. There you can create very good atmosphere in our institution. If you create such type of atmosphere in your institution, you can simply report what the institution is. Simply report, not to create anything, not to fabricate anything, not to compile anything. You are just reporting what you are. So I request all my professors, all my colleagues, all my teachers who are listening to me for these 2 hours, provide such an opportunity or atmosphere in your institution and report accordingly for the NAAC SSR as the part of this criteria too. So I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to Principal and IQC Coordinator, NSS College Pandalam, and the Teacher Education University, Tamil Nadu. I have got this wonderful opportunity to cooperate and associate with these institutions and university, being the part of this faculty development program. And I would like to open the platform for discussion, if any. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. It's such a wonderful, amazing, inspiring presentation, sir. So now it's time for question and answer session. If you have any question, you can directly ask her or post your questions in the chat box. Sir, can I read one question for you?
Sure.
The question is from a participant named Banaswini Bisoy. How competency is different from skill?
It's a nice question. Competency and skill, we people are interchangeably using these terms. I think skill is acquired through practice. There may be many answers. Normally we say that skill only can be acquired through practice. But competency may be, it is the higher level of this practice. Once you practice skill, once you practice some activities, you may be more skillful. If you have more skillful, it becomes a competency for you. In one sense, skill may be the prerequisite for competency. That may be the simple answer for your question.
Thank you, sir. I think your explanation was so crystal clear, sir. There are no more questions, not in the chat box or in the YouTube. No more questions, only positive comments. Compliments are overflowing the chat box.
Thank you.
So I think let's move on to the last session, vote of thanks. So I like to invite Mrs. Radha, Research Scholar in Education, NSS Training College, Pandalam, to propose the vote of thanks.
Thank you, ma'am. Good evening to all. I am Radha, Research Scholar of NSS Training College, Pandalam. Due to network problem, I am unable to on my video. Sorry for that. On behalf of Center for Capacity Building Program for School Teachers, Internal Quality Assurance Cell and Innovation and Best Practice Center, Tamil Nadu Teacher Education University, Chennai, and Internal Quality Assurance Cell, NSS Training College, Pandalam, I take this opportunity to propose vote of thanks to those who have directly and indirectly contributed to this webinar on teaching, learning, and evaluation. At the outset, I thank our resource person, Dr. T. Muhammad Salim, Principal and Research Guide in Education, Farouk Training College, Calicut, Senate Member, Calicut University, Board of Studies Member, Calicut University and Kannur University, former IQSC Coordinator and AISH Nodal Officer, Farouk Training College. We are really enlightened with your knowledge and presence. We really grateful to you, sir, for spend your busiest time for gracing the webinar. You really opened the door of the world of different areas of teaching, learning, and evaluation. Sir gave a clear-cut idea of different strategies of teaching, learning, and also the importance and areas of evaluation. Sir, concluding with the statement that give respect and take respect, that is very important. We grateful to you, sir, for your presence and knowledge. Thank you, sir. We are thankful to the patron, Professor N. Panchanatham, Vice Chancellor, Tamil Nadu Teacher Education University, Chennai, and the co-patron, Professor Balakrishnan, Registrar in Charge, Tamil Nadu Teacher Education University, Chennai. A special thanks to the conveners of this webinar, Professor S. Mani, Director IQAC, Tamil Nadu Teacher Education University, Chennai, Professor M. Govindan, Dean of Faculty and Head, Department of Educational Psychology, Tamil Nadu Teacher Education University, Chennai, Dr. Usha Devi, Principal, NSS Training College, Pandalam, for their unflinching support and coordination. I also want to thank the organizing secretaries, Dr. Shivashakti Rajamal, Assistant Professor and Coordinator for Capacity Building Program for School Teachers, Tamil Nadu Teacher Education University, Chennai, Dr. U. Pandian, Assistant Professor and Deputy Director, IQAC, Tamil Nadu Teacher Education University, Chennai, Dr. P. Subramanian, Assistant Professor and Coordinator, Innovation and Best Practices Center, Tamil Nadu Teacher Education University, Chennai, and Dr. Ranjini Devi, Assistant Professor and IQAC Coordinator, NSS Training College, Pandalam, for making the second day webinar successful with your contribution. Finally, I would like to take this opportunity to place on record our hearty thanks to all the participants who attending the webinar. We thank you for being with us. It has remained a pronounced pleasure. Once again, thank you one and all. Have a nice evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Radha, for your sweet words. Once again, thank you very much, Salim sir. And thank you all the participants for joining with us today. Tomorrow, we will be having the third session on research and outreach activities. And our resource person is Dr. M.A. Sudhir from Gandhigram Rural University, Gandhigram, Tamil Nadu. So we'll be meeting tomorrow, same time. Once again, thank you. Shivashakti ma'am, can we wind up? Hello, Shivashakti ma'am. Can we wind up the program, ma'am?
Ma'am, yes, ma'am. Ma'am is not available here.
Okay, Josephine ma'am, can we wind up?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Sure.
Okay.
Thank
You all once again.
ಅವ್ರು ಕಟ್ಟಿ ಅನ್ಕೋತಿರ್ಬೇಕಲ್ಪ ಇದ್ರದಲ್ಲ 98 6